Hey guys, I'm Erin and this is Erin Go Read. It's time to talk about my November TBR. I haven't done a TBR video in forever, so I'm excited to get on with this. I have still been reading, but because I'm working a lot more, I haven't been able to keep up the same kind of pace that I would like to, but it's all balanced. So a few of these I have already started. Most of these are for Nonfiction November. So the 4 prompt words for Nonfiction November are time, buzz, movement, and discovery. So I have a book for all of those. I think I have 2 for one of those. So for time, we have The Greatest Salesman in the World by Mandino. I've seen it at my grandma's house for a long time, and somehow I ended up with 2 copies of it. This copy mysteriously landed on my kitchen countertop. I had recently bought my own copy from the used bookstore, so now I have 2. So my other copy's in the car. Anyway, this is kind of a book of wisdom told in like a parable. So we're being told a story of a young shepherd boy who wants to become a salesman. He wants to, instead of tending to the sheep of this wealthy man, he wants to actually do the selling of the robes, the products that he makes from the wool. Through the telling of this parable, as this young boy learns these, I believe kind of more through experience and kind of teaching from the wealthy owner, we learn basically some sales strategies, and I think it's ultimately kind of just human wisdom, learning about the human psyche, which then will help you with sales. For discovery, we have Stillness is the Key by Ryan Holiday. Ryan Holiday has several books out. He is a big kind of stoic, he's a big kind of student of the Stoics, and he does a lot of writing that is related to personal development, particularly for particularly for entrepreneurs and business people, in growing yourself a lot of times through stillness, through meditation, through slowing things down. You improve as a person, and then you can improve on the business side as well. For my own personal mental health right now, I am doing Meditation November. It's not a thing, I just made it up, but for 30 days straight, I'm gonna meditate for at least 10 minutes a day. If you're interested in more like health and wellness kind of topics, I have another channel, Reformed Health Coach. It's always linked below, and as well as my Facebook group, Reformed Health Community. And in the Reformed Health Community, I go live quite often. I provide all sorts of different like teaching and thoughts as far as how you can actually, like, simple action steps you can take to learning a healthy life. So that information is always linked below in the description box. But my kind of meditation journey will be, or experiment, I suppose, I think is going to be really like tie in well with this book. Also for discovery, we have The Butchering Art by Lindsey Fitzharris. I meant to read this for the summer school readathon, because it says Common Core on my sticky note back here, and I didn't get to it, but this was basically like the discovery of germ theory and Lister, like Joseph Lister, as in Listerine. And so it's like cool medical discovery science kind of stuff. And then for movement, we have a book I'm reading for my book club with a group of girls from my church. This is How the Irish Saved Civilization by Thomas Cahill. And this is talking about a particular small period of time in between the classic period and the medieval period, after the fall of Rome. And all of these historical documents, religious documents, were being destroyed, and this group of monks in Ireland in these little like stone huts spent their time recording all this history, copying history, recording history, in order for it to persevere through time. And so I've just started this one and kind of only know the groundwork of what's going on, but this is very much about the transition period between those 2 periods of time, before and after the fall of Rome. And then also for movement, and also for my book club, I have When Helping Hurts, the small group experience. This is so it looks like this is supposed to be like, there's like an online course. Oh, it's by Stephen Corbett and Brian Fikkert. So I think it's supposed to be like an online course, and you do this as like a group study, and it's about like Christian missions, and how sometimes with the best intentions of going to help a group of people, you actually end up doing more harm than good. And so I guess it's a study on how to do good and no harm. Editing Erin here. I forgot a book. On audiobook, and for the prompt buzz, I'm reading the book Hook Point by Brendan Kane. It's basically about how to use good hook points, how to find out how to hook your audience, your target audience, and how to use that to grow your business. So that's a lot of nonfiction, but I'm currently reading Bluebird by Attica Locke. I'm about a little over halfway through this, and I had started reading this probably back in September, either that or early October, but I got just caught up in all the Victober everything, and I was mostly reading Shirley and my last book club books, and so I ended up kind of having to put this down because I needed to read other things, but I'm very much enjoying this. So this follows Darren Matthews, a Texas Ranger. He's a black Texas Ranger. He gets involved in a case of a white young woman who was killed and a black man who were both found dead within like a week apart or something. They seem to be connected. The wife of the black man is kind of on scene and kind of somewhat part of the investigation, at least Darren's investigation. And in this part of town where these bodies were found, the Aryan Brotherhood of Texas is very much alive and well, and that seems to be involved. So we have this black Texas Ranger, a dead white girl, and a dead black man, and the Texas Aryan Brotherhood of Texas. So so far it's really good. I kind of want to stop everything and just keep reading this. So I may end up picking up some other fiction later on, because I think I'll be finishing this in the next couple days. So these are my reading plans for November. We'll see if I get to all of these or not. I would really like to get to all of these, but let me know if you're participating in Nonfiction November and what you're reading, or if you've read any of these books. Thank you for watching. See you around the tubes.